The sculptures of ancient Greece were initially inspired by the Egyptians, and over the centuries evolved into a uniquely Greek vision of the art form. Greek artists would reach a peak of artistic excellence which captured the human form in a way never before seen and which was widely copied. Greek sculptors were particularly concerned with proportion, poise, and idealized perfection of the human body. And their figures in stone and bronze have become some of the most recognizable pieces of art ever produced. Greeks were fanatical about math and obsessed with perfection in art. They felt that everything in nature boiled down to numbers, and they came up with appropriate measurements for everything they could. And it wasn't different in art. For the human body, the unit of measure was a head. The head measurement goes from the top of the head to the chin. And the Greeks felt that if you stacked heads on top of each other, the ideal proportion for a human was 8 heads high, which is lovely and very artsy smartsy and all. But the average person is 7.5 heads, half a head shorter than the ideal. But that didn't stop Greeks or the centuries of artists who followed their math. Throughout history and in art schools today, you see sculptures, paintings, drawings for a human body following that same measurement. An average person is 7.5 heads. A noble and graceful person, 8 heads. A heroic figure like a god or a superhero, 8.5 heads. How can we draw a human body using heads? The classical human body proportion will help you to draw realistic human figures. So everyone, to draw an ideal Greek body, we are gonna need 8 heads over here. So how do we start this drawing? First of all, you draw a medial line. What is a medial line? A line that is going to divide your body in the middle. Is the line of symmetry. I'm gonna use markers because it's easier for you to see, but in your house you can use pencils. Right. It doesn't really matter how long the line is. What matters is how you are going to divide this line. Artists, they normally don't use rulers. They use the pencil to measure. So they check more or less where the middle is, and then they check again with the pencil to see if they got it right. Okay, so they go like this. So it's on this mark, and then here on this mark again. So here's the middle. I'm not going to do like that. I'm going to use the ruler. So here is where my line starts and ends. My line has 18 centimeters, so I'm going to divide in the middle of the line. Now, you are going to divide each space in the middle again. Great, now we have 8 spaces. I'm going to make these lines wider. Make sure you make them straight. Okay, now we can start drawing the body. What do we need to check before we start drawing the body over there? So now, to start your body, you need to check where your joints go. Why? Because normally when we draw a perfect human body, we start from the inside. So first we check where each structure goes, and then we start drawing the outlines. So I'm gonna take another color. First of all, here you are gonna check all the joints. So your arm, your wrist, your knees, your foot, your hip bone, and the whole structure of your hip has to be inside this space over here. Your shoulders more or less in the middle of this space. And then the middle structure of your body starts from your shoulders, and then it goes all the way down around the middle of this space. Neck and head. Okay, now what do? You are going to draw these lines. You are going to draw the joints over here. Bear in mind that you have to check exactly where the dots, joints are. Otherwise, your drawing is not going to be symmetrical, or the structure is not going to be perfect. So let's start. Head is the whole space. Neck in the middle. Your shoulders in the middle of this space. Oops, I didn't do it symmetrically. So space, let me check. Like that, and here. I have to ignore that. The other one down there. The wrist. Hips. Knees. Just above the line. Okay, now we connect them. Your hand. And the structure in the middle. So that's the basic structure for a human body. This structure is important because if you want to draw your human moving, you are gonna use exactly the same points structure, and you can get your body in movement with symmetry. Okay, now you can stop over here, or you have the option to start doing the outline for your body. The same as I did with this one over here. So your drawing will have the structure, hands, spine, and shoulders. In the end, your drawing has to look more or less like this. Okay? Bye bye and see you next class.